He shall be Elon. And Elon back this week with all his fucking hijinks. First off, he appeared in a video call with the Twitter folks, and that seems pretty obvious. He ain't gonna buy Twitter. Maybe he will. I don't know. We'll see what the fuck happens. But he did a video call with the Twitter employees, and apparently it was a fucking train wreck. They said he was stuttering all over the place, couldn't form fucking sentences. He was talking about space aliens, calling himself the techno king. At one point he said all lives matter. Just don't make any fucking sense. Talked about how much he loves free speech. But he only took questions that had already been written down, that he knew in advance, because of fucking course he does. That's what he does. And a lot of people are pointing out that while Elon's going out there bitching about people having gender-affirming care, didn't you have gender-affirming care? First off, he had his nose done. His nose is way smaller, but you got your hair did, dude. That's gender-affirming care. You want to feel more like a man with a full head of hair? It's fine when you do it. It's fine when Joe Rogan takes steroids to make himself feel more like a man. Gender-affirming care, but hey, not for trans people. Fuck y'all, because, you know, it's still acceptable in our society to pick on trans people and to scapegoat you. And so he doing it, richest man in the world, as always. And then some of his SpaceX employees wrote an open letter about how embarrassed they were by his hijinks, all the shit he's pulling on Twitter. They think that SpaceX should be like a serious company that's doing important things for all of mankind. And him going out there and constantly making a fucking idiot out of himself on Twitter is distracting from the company. And they constantly get asked about it and they're embarrassed. So they wrote a big letter about it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically, personally, I believe the allegations to be false. Well, this is somebody talking about his offering to buy a woman a horse if she'll masturbate him on a plane. But anyway, they're just giving their grievances. He said, specifically publicly, hey, I want you guys to criticize me. I welcome it. Please criticize me. So they did. They put out this letter and told him they wish he would behave better in public. So of course, Elon, being the grown-ass mature adult he is, he sat down and he listened closely to the criticism and he took it all in and he did some self-reflection. And then he used that criticism in order to improve himself as a, I'm not just kidding. He fired them. Of course he did. Of course he did. At first he's like, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that's what free speech means. The next thing you know, SpaceX fires employees involved in letter critical of Musk. Now, of course, they couldn't just come out and say, hey, we fired all these people because they dared criticize Elon Musk. Because no, he's a free speech absolute. You can't say that. So what they're saying is, oh, well, they made some other employees feel uncomfortable because they was trying to pressure people into signing this letter who didn't agree with it. Of course, we only have their word for that. They're not allowed to speak out, of course. They're going to be fired if they speak out. So we just have to take the management's word for it. But we really know why the fuck he did this. We've seen this before. He's fired people before for talking out against him. He literally canceled somebody's Tesla order for criticizing him on a blog. So this is what it's all about, folks. If you believe for one fucking second that Elon Musk cares about free speech, I have a bridge to fucking sell you.